Alright, so what are we doing today? So you obviously see I had the carpet on from the last episode. But I have these railings. This corner railing was completely garbage. So I was able to cut off some pieces of it so that I could use for repairs if necessary, but most likely I will use nothing. But then with this, I have all these pieces and I plan on reusing them all. I do plan on getting a new door, but there's the one with the sheet metal on it. This one does not have any sheet metal on it. But as you can see down here, that the little catch, the little lip, or whatever you want to call it, that holds the sheet metal on this one is completely bent up, beat to crap. This also has a lip on this shelf and on the top one. And I am not going to be using any of them. So I am actually just going to rivet all of mine on, and I haven't decided if I'm going to do it on the outside or the inside. So, but things like this is a little rivet. I gotta drill those out, drill these out, and I've already taken off all the hardware. There was a hook here for the canopy. There was a channel piece that was also for the canopy, and another piece for the rope, the hooks, and so I don't know if I'm going to keep this door. I might get rid of this door, or I might put this door up front. So, but I am going to be, more than likely, this is the hinge type of situation on these, where they just go up and down, up and down. But they are pretty beat up. The rods are bent. Some of them don't have all three hinges. So Pontoon stuff has a hinge that goes the full length of the door. It looks like a regular hinge, but it also allows the door to slide up and down. So to get these metal off, again, like I will take out the hardware here and down there. Same thing on the other side. Looks like those are screws. They are screws. And we've got some screws on the back pieces too. But to get the hardware out of those little channels, I just take a zip wheel and run it all the way around, and then it loosens it up and I'm able just to pull them out. So, anyways, also the very last one is, and hopefully you can see this piece, behind the tripod is what we call the engine cage. So, and I got the sheet metal off of that one already. I just got to do some sanding on it, and that's it. So that's where we're at with this. It's going to take me a week or two to get this done, and especially because I'm doing other things. So like this week for a couple days, I'm going to go crabbing, and I'm going to go crabbing one day with snap traps, and another day with just regular traps that you leave out overnight that have to have the FWC tags on them, which I will do. So today I'm actually going out on my pond prowler because I haven't been out on it for 6 weeks, and I'll probably do a video of what the pond prowler looks like now, and I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video so you can see what the pond prowler is like. So, all right. Keep on watching. Alright, so I wasn't going to make this red, but I had like a half can extra red paint, so I went ahead and made it red. The sides are going to be black. I know it might look weird, but just the trim. So anyways, what I want to show you here was that there are 4 holes that hold this down. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I took a propane bottle, just like that, heated up a screwdriver, and then I melted the carpet because I got to drill holes in there. And if I'm trying to drill holes through carpet, the drill will catch the carpet. So you just want to melt it just a little bit. Actually, I melted it all the way down to the rubber pad. So I'll be drilling those holes and then mounting that piece, and then tomorrow I will put that second coat of primer. All right, so this is the right front piece, and down here is the left front piece, right here. I already cut the sheet metal off of that one, and but I didn't show how, so I'm actually gonna show you how I did it on this one. This door, I'm also gonna probably just cut off. It looks like a half door, or they cut off the bottom, or I don't know. And then the hinges on it are all crapped out. They're big, giant. They're all wobbled out. So I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna cut off the 1, 2, 3 hinges, and I'm gonna try a new hinge design that Pontoon Stuff sells. So alright, so I'm pretty sure this is the only one I'm going to show it to you on. I have other sections, but it's going to be basically the same for all of them. And normally when you would take this stuff off, you would take a little like putty knife type thing and put it up in here and flex this out so that you could flex the whole thing out. But since I'm not using that stuff, I'm just going to cut it off. Most of it's pretty bent up. I think I showed you on the other part how it was. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna, got my safety glasses on.
Don't cut through the railing.
Well, that's pretty much in there. I don't throw anything away until everything's done, so I'll be keeping that door just in case. Alright, so I got most of it all the way cut. It's a little small gap right here, but that's not going to affect me. I got a pair of vice grips. I have a pair of gloves. Anytime you're working with sheet metal, be smart, wear gloves. So look, you can see how it just slides right out of there. Now, if you want to, save your lip here, don't be violent like I am with mine. Making progress. Just like so. That's all of them. And so I'm going to go back through and knock these all the way back down with a real hammer, a mallet. The bottom one, since it's got a good tear in it, I'm actually just going to tear this one off. Watch this. Might have an idea. So yeah, just gonna roll it right off. Just like that. So I'm just going to grab it and roll it off. The only one I'm going to take off is the bottom one. So I'll cut off those hinges completely, and I'll be using a new style hinge. Alright, I just want to show you how easy this comes off. Hopefully I won't get in the way. But now I just got a regular pair of duckbill pliers. You bend it down far enough, it just breaks that little weld that it's got on there. That weld's just very thin. So earlier I was trying to roll it, but I found out that this is working better. Plus, when you roll it, you end up with this big piece of aluminum wrapped around your pliers, and you can't open them up anymore. Just like so. Alright, this is the aluminum that goes around, basically around the engine, and it's going to have, it's dirty right now. Let me show you something else. I don't know if you can see this black spot right here. So when I was disassembling the boat, I ran into some wasps. And so I sprayed them with that. There's a little spot on the pontoon boat too. But yeah, I gotta just try to get that sanded off. So today I'm gonna be sanding this and getting it prepped so that I can cover it with the new sheet metal that I have. I will not be inserting it into these little tabs. It'll be just going right around the outside. So with rivets. So that's about it. I'll let you know. I'll take another video when I get this all sanded down. And the reason I'm sanding it is because it's some of the dirt is really ground down. So just 20 years of dirt piled up, ground in. You saw I sanded on that, sanded on this. This came out clean real fast, but that's what I'm doing right now. Alright, today I'm going to cut my first piece of sheet metal. This is the old one. It's wavy and wobbly on one side, so I couldn't just trace it. So I just measured it out, 10 3/4 inches by 76 inches. I'm going to cut it. I actually have other sheet metal that I ordered from pontoonstuff.com. Actually, no, I ordered it from fencepontoon.com. I'm going to use that for most of the boat. I did not include the engine cage when I did all my measurements when I ordered the stuff. So, but I had this piece of sheet metal left here from the previous owner. So he left me a lot of scrap metal. So, but basically I'm just going to score the metal with the die grinder, and then flex it and bend it and break it. That's the goal. That was not straight. See if I can straighten that up a little bit. like so. Okay, I'm going to be using some, this is the engine cage we talked about, I'm going to be using some of the holes that were already here, and so I'm just going to mark them on the outside. So once you put the sheet metal on, you won't be able to see where they're at. I'm not going to be using every hole, I'll be using a lot of them. And I'll be making some new ones. That one I don't like because it's too far in. These two I'm not using because they're too far in. Same thing with these two. Don't know why they put them in that far, but let's see if I can just a little blurry, but you can see there's a line and there's a line. Alright, I'm having a lot of trouble getting this in focus. So this is a homemade hole finder. So it's a hacksaw blade that I have cut in half, and then I tried to drill a hole in it. I was going to rivet this side, but the steel was so tough it just kept breaking. So I just JB welded this end together and also put a little tape. But basically you can see that it flexes. There's a hole in the top. This is the hole that was part of the hacksaw blade already. And then on the other side I have a rivet. So the rivet is actually in the middle. That was nice. I just dropped my rivet. I should probably have extras because I keep dropping these things. And alrighty. So my video completely failed. Actually what happened was the camera was running while I was trying to get things in focus, and I didn't realize it was running. And then I pushed the start video recording button, and of course I shut the video off, and then I did what I was supposed to be doing to show you guys. So, but I'm going to do it again as a demonstration. I have that scrap door that I talked about, and scrap aluminum here. I have my hole saw here, and what I'm going to actually do is, because there's no rivets in here yet, I'm just going to lift this up and try to slide this in here till it gets into that hole. Right there. Nice. Just like that. And then I just drill a hole right here. All you gotta do is get it started like that. Voila. Then we'll finish up the hole. Right directly where it was supposed to be. Line it up with a Cleco here to hold it in the spot. And sometimes you might need a shorter rivet. On the bigger piece that I was using earlier, it was definitely a lot easier. But basically you just kind of raise this up. There it goes. Get that rivet in there till it finds the hole. So I'm going to get in your way here. Oh, it's in the hole. Just needs to be popped down a little bit. There we go. Now if you buy a commercial, there we go. That hole was pretty tight. It's right in the seam. There we go, popped it out. In the hole. All right, so you can buy one of these, and first of all, it'll have a smaller pin here, so it'll be easier to get in, and then it'll also have a taller thing on this side to keep your drill aligned. So, and then it's just a matter of popping your rivet in, like so. So, like I said, my video earlier did not work out, and so this is just a demonstration on how to use the hole finder to slide that in there, and just start your hole and then take it out, finish the hole, put in a rivet or a cleco to hold in position, and that's it. All right, so this is the finished product. So it's got the sheet metal all on the inside, and I have been using, FYI, never get anything focused. There we go. 1/8" pop rivets, my 5 16" length. So so that ought to conclude everything that I'm going to do for day 8 video. And I know it's a lot more than 8 days. That these things are just taking longer than I thought they would. But anyways, if you like these videos and don't mind following along with me as I continue on this pontoon refurb, just click on like down there. And then I think subscribe's right over here somewhere, so right over here. So anyways, thanks for watching, fixing and fishing things one beer at a time.